is mild.
Wow.
It's mild.
You know what? You know what? You know what you're doing now? You're a provocateur. You know how to incite people. Ain't nothing mild about my
people look at you.
Ain't nothing.
You was at the mall there, put you out with your hot dog in your hand.
And guess what? And guess what? And guess what?
Man, what is going on with Donnell Rawlings, man? Ever since Corey Holcomb and him got into that situation where he started heckling him on stage, the dude is spiraling right now. Donnell Rawlings crashes out at the Jeff Ross Duke.
Oh, come on. Oh, this kid, come on, don't do that, dog.
Listen. I'll say this. I'm not going to leave like that. You know what? I'm not Chappelle. But guess what? I did. I made Chappelle's show what the it was.
What?
You.
So this is what happened. Donnell was supposed to be a host on this roast battle where the comedians will come up and roast each other for a while on Jeff Ross's channel. I'll show a clip of it. But he just went off. Like, he was off script. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was on something else. But it just was very contentious. And, you know, it used to be funny when he used to come on the Breakfast Club and do this type of thing. When he used to come on there and be competitive with Charlamagne and Envy and Angela Yee, that was pretty funny. But underneath a lot of comedians is a lot of anger. And it seems like, I guess the older that Donnell gets, I don't know if it's because he's been touring with Chappelle too long, like living in his shadow in some ways. Like, he gets more and more kind of fired up and insecure about these things. Well, this audience doesn't know his Breakfast Club stick. This is a regular mainstream audience. So now you done isolated what Corey called your mild comedy for black audiences. Now you isolating the mainstream rooms. It's really just kind of interesting what these antics are. Oh. So did he have that one coming? Damn, that's crazy. Because if they are as close as he said they are, like, you know, it ain't nothing like your friends calling you out. But you see how he was just interrupting Jeff Ross. Like, this is his show. He's been doing it for a long time. He's trying to figure out how to get through all the acts that are going to be up there. And Donnell's just constantly interrupting, man. He's just crashing out for no reason, it looks like. Jeff kind of hit him with a body blow right there. Like, geez, nerves right here. Like, the host is usually supposed to hold it together. He's going to roast. The host is going to roast him. This isn't unfamiliar territory. Like, this happened to him, like I said, on Kill Tony.
So I did Joe Rogan podcast. Yo, let me tell you something. Play it. This was a day where I had been on the road for 3 weeks, hadn't seen my son. More than I wanted to see. You can do all the sound effects, but it's still a true story. You can do all the jokes. Nigga, I'm a real nigga. The point I'm trying to make,
Wow.
You make no sense to me. This point I'm trying to make. I'm about to leave right now because...
No, you're not. Come on, Donnell.
No, I'm going to leave.
You made fun of his jeans.
Holy shit, this is really happening. All right, let's get right into it.
So basically, I think this is in the back of his mind. So I think he got roasted about this when he went on Joe Rogan again, because he mentions Joe Rogan in this clip. But I think this is now informing his decision to kind of hang around for this roast battle because it's in the back of his head. This is an epic crash out. This has been going on now for months. Had an issue with Corey Holcomb on stage. Once again in L.A., like, it's something about being in L.A. that gets Donnell in his feelings.
You mild sauce, my nigga, mild. M-I-L-D. You ketchup. You ain't hot sauce. Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we at the what is this called? This is the Laugh Factory. We was at the Savoy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. The niggas be like, get your whole ass down, nigga.
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn.
And what happened?
And you ain't never with them rooms.
You just yelling.
Because I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight
I don't
up.
have a mic.
Want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters is straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask the mother that you know what I did.
Dude.
Ask them, okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation.
It just seems really like, I don't know, unsportsmanlike, if there's a such thing in comedy, to be just heckling somebody on stage because they went up after you, because that's what happened here. Corey actually comes up after Donnell has done what he thinks is the closing, he closed the show basically. So now Corey is doing a set, which happens in these comedy clubs, especially in LA. And he had a problem with it.
No. Let's be fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip mics?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb.
You rip Mike?
Anybody. And you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster.
I don't say you.
No, you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I didn't say
And that saw.
Your comedy is mild.
Wow.
It's mild.
You know what? You know what you're doing now? You're a provocateur. You know how to incite people.
that
Ain't nothing
was
mild
the
about my.
part.
People look at
You're
you.
provocateur.
Nothing.
You was at the mall, they'll put you out with your hot dog in your hand.
And guess what? You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. You calling me a mild comic is totally off.
So you a strong comic.
I'm a beast. I'm a beast.
So yeah, those multiple incidents are probably weighing heavy on him in this moment here. But let's get back to the roast and see how this actually goes. Already in progress. How often he comes to Los Angeles. It seems like he's here maybe every 6 months or so. But that's not true, because I saw him at the grocery store one time. But yeah, it's random as hell. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. He was sober, he was chilling, but this is bad. He crashes out when he gets to LA. But one of the things Corey said in his criticism of Donnell was that he thought that New York comics weren't as good as maybe a comic from Chicago or Atlanta or, some of the other major comedy stops. But whatever Corey's saying, he's not, that a lot of comics that come up in New York kind of are, since after the time of the Comedy Cellar when Patrice O'Neal was there, where it was stronger comics, they kind of do a little bit of self-reflecting. They're laughing at their own jokes a lot of times. So instead of making stuff for the audience, it's a lot of style over substance. And this is no criticism, because I know some very funny people from New York. Obviously, I lived in New York for a very long time. So yeah, I think that's kind of the issue Donnell's having. There's a little bit of identity crisis. Corey, say what you want about Corey, but he can really cut to the bone of people in his criticism. And what he did by labeling it mild comedy, like literally, it set Donnell off, and he's been crashing out for a while here. Now, I haven't heard anything bad about him doing his dates with Dave Chappelle, probably on his best behavior. I actually heard a lot of people that enjoy his comedy at the Dave Chappelle shows, but for some reason, when he gets in these environments, the less formal environments, it seems to be an issue.
Feels like the world.
Right. He definitely crashed that show. He definitely tried to sabotage it in whatever way he could. It didn't seem like he was in control, obviously. So whatever, sometimes he lose control. When you're not with me. He lost control. So basically, he drank too much. It's really sad. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, in days past, things like this have happened. A lot of people would go to the Comedy Store, get messed up, Richard Pryor, whoever. It's kind of if you've ever been in there, it's kind of a dark energy a little bit, But it's a cool spot, It's kind of like a time warp in some ways, and some funny comedians have come through there, obviously. But if people love Donnell, they need to really intervene right now. That means Charlemagne, that means Envy, that means Dave Chappelle even. We know what it is when somebody is out of control and can't control their liquor. And there's no laughing matter about that. But this is going on for quite a while now. And I know he's a grown man. He can do what he wants to do. But all jokes aside, Donnell, you need to get some help because this is happening far too often and it's not looking good. You know what I mean? The goodwill that you've had, like I said, people who go see you, they really love what you do. They love your comedy. They think you're funny. But you open yourself up to a lot of criticism when it's just like crash outs are the main things that pop up in the media. So either way, I hope there's a good resolution to this story and Donnell Rawlings gets the help that he needs. Because you were hilarious on the Chappelle Show. Let me just tell you, you were hilarious on the Chappelle Show. One of my favorite parts, actually. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.